We're taking apart this 2013 Mac Pro and upgrading the CPU to see if we can use this thing in 2025. We're currently disassembling this thing, and it kind of is like a pie. It's got 3 pieces that line up like a triangle, and everything's surrounded by that heatsink. This right here is the GPU slice. We're gonna go ahead and take this thing off as well, and then we're gonna repaste this so we have better thermals. Now these top 2 screws on the right, that's what powers each slice. They're all individually powered by that same PSU. And this is where the power supply is, right in here. So be careful not to touch any of that, because if it's been powered on recently, those caps will indeed hold power, and you want to be super careful with that. So do not touch those individually. Now that we have all the connectors out, we can actually remove the chipset and all the bottom connectors, and we can get to each slice. Now we're going to go ahead and take everything apart and get to the CPU. So this right here is what's holding the CPU on. So we're going to go ahead and remove all of this, and then we can get to those cables right there. Now we have our CPU. We can go ahead and take this guy out. All right, there's the mounting plate. And we're going to clean all of this thermal paste and dust. Now that we got the CPU out, we're going to dismount the actual GPU from the heatsink itself. We're going to do this on both of them, and that way we can completely separate this stuff and clean everything down, and then it's time to reassemble once we get the new CPU in there. And you're going to have some resistance because of that thermal paste. There's the GPU and the VRAM for everything, so we'll go ahead and move that to the side now. Then to completely separate it, you got to pull those PSU cables through the little holes, and then you'll be home free and you can do the repair. So we're going to use some isopropyl alcohol. The higher the percentage, the better, and we're going to get all of this old thermal paste off. Oh, it just flakes off. That's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. Once you're done cleaning it with a paper towel, just make sure you get a microfiber. That way you can get all of that little paper stuff out of there.